Good morning, everyone. Welcome to this trip around the world. Thank you, thank you. As always, please, if you have any questions, feel free to raise your hand, shout out Steve, and we will take those questions at that time. Many of you are experienced world travelers. I also have been all over the world. I've made it part of my life's goal to experience the beauty in nature, to seek out things around the world that fascinated me when I was a child. So Machu Picchu here is one. I'm not going to spend an inordinate amount of time on Machu Picchu, even though we all know that I love Machu Picchu. But we did an entire lecture devoted to Machu Picchu, so we're going to move on to things that you haven't seen. Now, this is a photo that I did show before, but I'm going to spend a moment talking about this because photos for me are a way of telling stories. And it kind of leads into things that we want to talk about and share with our friends. So I was up on the top of this granite spire called Huayna Picchu. And every person you see up there, I bet the minority was United States. There were people from Denmark, Italy, Spain, Japan, China, every country you could possibly imagine. Now, we all shared one thing in common, and that is we had all hiked up this vertical mountain to get to the top and reach our goal. And what was our goal? Our goal was to sit on the top of the world, look down at this bank of clouds that shrouded all the mountains around us. It was breathtaking. It was a moment. It was an amazing sight. There are moments that you want to remember. There are moments that you're going to actually put your camera down and you're just going to sit and you're going to be in that moment. And this actually happened on this trip not too long ago. My table mates, Jack and Barb and Cindy and Gary, were with me on a boat ride where we were looking at the crocodiles. And so the crocodile man had just finished doing his show. Some of you saw the video short clip that I showed of him doing that crocodile feeding. And it was an amazing moment, to see that. But that's not the moment I'm talking about. I was sitting on the boat some 10 minutes later, and we weren't looking at anything in particular, nothing. But the breeze was just kind of in my face. And I turned to one of the guys, I can't remember who it was, one of my table mates, and I said, "This is a moment. Can you feel it?" And it was. This was a moment too. And what happened here was we were out on safari. It was obviously sundown. And we had been following this black rhinoceros for about 45 minutes. And the rhinoceros ultimately went into the brush, and we stopped our safari vehicle. My guide got out a little stove and started cooking us a snack. And he was making quesadillas for us. And I walked off into the brush. I kind of walked off into the sunset, and I was just by myself. And I was just feeling the environment. I was feeling the air, how comfortable it was. I was listening to the sounds. The sounds of nature were all around, amazing. And just appreciating the moment that I was in. And those that transcends images, but are the real moments in life that you take with you. We're driving down, you can see that there is a road right here, right? We're driving down this road, and we encounter this pachyderm, and he was just on the other side of the bush. And so when I took this photo, we were in full reverse. And you can see that he is getting closer and closer, and you can see by the position of his ears and his trunk that he's ready for battle. And basically what he's saying is, hey, this is my playground. I'm the dominant guy here. And it's funny because when my safari vehicle encountered this elephant, we came up to about here. This is an enormous creature. And so we backed up full reverse, and he kept coming toward us. He wasn't running, but he was coming at a very determined pace. And he eventually went off to the side, and we followed him for a while. While I have this photo up here, I want to share one more elephant story with you. I was talking to the owner of Pandora Lodge, and just then this enormous elephant, male bull elephant, comes walking along the shoreline. And I said, I got to go get my camera. And so I run back to my cottage. It's not a hotel. Each place is a separate little house standing by itself. So I run back to my cottage, and you usually get escorted because, again, you're in the middle of the wild. But I ran back to my cottage, and I grabbed my drone. I thought, I'm going to send the drone out to the river, and I'm going to photograph this elephant as he's walking along the river. And so if this is a bush, a big bush and some trees, and I can't see what's on the other side of that, I'm not joking, this is what happened. I had my drone over my shoulder, and I'm running out this way, and I get to about here when I look up, and there's an elephant less than 10 feet away from me. I'm looking up at the elephant, and he flares his ears, and his trunk comes out again, and I ran back the other direction. I ran as fast as I could.